What's going on, everybody? This is Ryan A. Polk with the wrap up. And for tonight's episode, I'm going to do my review on The Hate U Give, directed by George Tillman Jr., who was a director and writer of the iconic classic 90s movie Soul Food, and the director of one of the best bio hip hop movies, Notorious, and the producer of Barbershop 1 and 2. Personally, in my opinion, I do think that Barbershop 1 was the best. But going into this review, this movie stars Amanda Stenberg, Regina Hall, Common, and Anthony Mackie. Amanda Steinberg, her character, her and her brother. Well, she has two brothers in this movie. The middle brother, they go to a public school in a different neighborhood, and also they while living in a bad neighborhood, because the mom wants them to get a better education, so she sends them to a public school. I mean, a private school. And in this movie, Amanda Stenberg, she witnesses her friend get shot by a cop, and they are fighting for justice for her friend. And this movie, I'll have to say, was definitely one of the best movies I have ever seen. This movie is definitely Oscar worthy. I do think George Tillman Jr. should get nominated for Best Director of this movie, and this movie should also get nominated for Best Picture as well. This movie, with the addition of fighting for justice for her friend, she is also dealing with, drug lord related activity in this movie. Well, just that's she's dealing with that type of activity in this movie. And she is also, realizing how much racism is going on in her life when she doesn't even know it. And this movie, what I do like about it is that what it does is that it sends out messages, and it educates in a way, because this movie has positives and negatives in this movie on and it on everything that goes on in today's society. And this movie, it also focuses on, with the justice system, with race in the justice system, something that has also been going on over these past few years in today's society. And this movie, though, man, I would have to say, man, it was just so good. I mean, I can't really say nothing bad about this movie. However, though, there is, well, I mean, there is a scene towards the end of the movie. I don't spoil, but there is a scene towards the end of the movie that will just be like, oh my goodness, like, wow. I mean, it's not something you wasn't expecting from this character. And the reason why it will happen, well, I mean, the reason why it does happen, why the character does this, is because of what he is seeing on what goes on in today's society with the justice system. And at the same time, though, she also doesn't want to speak up in this movie. She doesn't want to speak up because she's afraid of how she will get looked at, and towards the media and everybody, towards her friends. She goes through a lot in this movie, Amanda Stenberg's character. But man, I do think that I do like how the way the whole storyline of the movie was. I do think that, like, it was just so good. I mean, it was sad. It was sad and also good, and that's why, man. And then that's what made this movie so good, because just everything about it within it. Yes, I do not want to spoil this at all, but I definitely encourage you to go see this movie. And that's why, out of 5 stars, I would definitely give it 4.5 out of 5 stars. And for its grade, I give that movie an A as well. And in this movie, Common, Common, who plays her uncle, he's also a cop in this movie, and he's on her side with this. And he's he's, you know, he's on her side in this movie. And, you know, and at the same time, you know, he does, like, you know, like, have a conversation with her in this movie that, you know, that you know, that where he's, like, you know, kind of, you know, educating, where he's kind of, like, you know, educating her on how, you know, on how he feels in certain situations. And then, you know, at the same, and then also, you know, you got her dad. You know, her dad, you know, you know, he was once, you know, like, a criminal. And he was, and, you know, and he's trying to, you know, educate her, and, you know, trying to, you know, and also, you know, trying to show, you know, what type of gift she has in this movie. You know, he's very motivational in this movie. Regina Hall was too as well. And it was, and then the characters in this movie, they were great. The characters, man, you know, their acting was just, you know, on point. Acting was good, of course, because with stars like those in this movie, of course the movie is going to be great, and of course the acting is not going to suck. But should you go see this movie? Oh yes, definitely go see this movie. This movie will not be a waste of your money. You will not be mad that you wasted your money on this movie. And I'm telling you right now, I mean, dude, it's, I mean, like, you're gonna be happy that you did listen to Ryan A. Polk, because, you know, Ryan A. Polk knows what movies you should go see, and what movies, you know, you should just wait to the red box. So until then, I'm signing off.